Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first in a new series of videos we're doing called Where to Get Value for Money in Pattaya. This is part one. I think it's very important and very relevant at the moment, considering the way prices have gone here, that you know where not to go and where to go. It's obviously there's a lot of stuff to cover. I thought an appropriate place to have this chat is Mike's Shopping Mall, because it's now called Mike's Discount Mall, been renamed, and obviously there's a lot of copy stuff there and everything like there is at Night Bazaar. But it's very cheap, really cheap, and it's great value for money, which is what this video is about. So we're going to have a talk about various things, not only t-shirts and sneakers and trainers and all that stuff, but not just that. We're going to talk about where to go for good quality company at the right price, as well as drinks and beers and everything. We'll chat about that as well, but initially we'll just start with the first chats, because I'm going to show you some t-shirts, some shirts, football shirts, and sneakers and trainers, all that sort of stuff. We'll just have a look at that while we have a chat, and at the end of the video we have a surprise meeting with one of this channel's contributors who you've seen before on these videos. Okay, so this is Mike's Shopping, or Mike's Discount Mall now, and we'll go have a look. I mean, if you're into football shirts or American basketball shirts, a lot of guys are, and sneakers or trainers, all that sort of thing, you know how expensive they are. Now, you saw the price on the screen there, didn't you? $17 or £14. And now those, years ago I remember being in the UK, and those football shirts were crazy expensive. Look at that now, £14. And they're half decent copies. They'll last you for a season, you know what I mean? Then you can buy another one next year. I mean, if you come to Patio once a year, you can buy a brand new shirt once a year. And they'll change, of course. You know they change all the time. So you buy an up-to-date one each year, just throw the other one away. And this lady was very pleasant and helpful here. How much are your shirts?
Which one, ka?
Any of them. How much are they?
Different price.
It's the Lakers one. How much is that?
Like this, 550.
550 baht.
Like this, 450.
450.
Yes.
And those prices are cheaper because these are children's. You see the very small ones at the top and slightly bigger ones for bigger kids at the bottom. So that's why it's a little bit cheaper. But even the adult size ones were only 700 baht. I mean, that's incredibly cheap. So, and trainers sneakers. Have a look at these. All branded, like Nike ones and everything. And do you know, I bought a pair of these 2 years ago, and they're still fine. Crazy.
780.
780 baht.
And they go 550.
Is that for one or for two?
For two. If you for one, 500 baht, you cannot wear. For two and for two lessons.
I'm joking.
And one more sauce. Not
Okay.
two sauce, one sauce.
Okay. Very good. Good price.
Yeah.
Now you saw the price there. $23, about £19-20. That is dirt cheap, really, isn't it, compared to the UK or compared to the West in general. And don't make any comments saying, oh, the Chinese junk will fall apart in a week, because that is not true. And I know for a fact it's not true, because I've got 3 pairs of them, and I've had them at least a year or two, and they're still fine. So that absolutely is not true. Not like the watches, which do tend to fall apart. The sneakers, the trainers, are very well made. Okay, so don't believe that nonsense. More trainers here, more sneakers here. Same thing, same sort of prices, you know. I mean, for all I know, I know that Nike and companies like that have their shoes made in China. Okay, everybody knows that, and these copies are from China. And do you know? I suspect, maybe you're wrong, but I suspect they come from the same place. That's what I suspect, because these ones I've worn so well. I can't. That's just an opinion. I may be completely wrong, but it's just a possibility. They're both from China, aren't they, at the end of the day? Now, I showed you in a video just 2 or 3 weeks ago about the Patio Night Bazaar, which is the place with the green curved roof, just slightly south of Central Festival on the other side of the road. I mean, that's the same sort of thing as this, just the same. So, if you're looking for bargains, looking for value for money, this is the place to come if you want to buy shoes and clothes. I mean, to be honest with you, if you're going to come here, just bring a few t-shirts and then buy them when you're here. Why bring a whole load in a bag and shoes and things? Buy them when you're here at this sort of price. $20 or something, or whatever it is. Just buy them when you come here. Anyway, let's talk about another value for money while we'll have a look around here. But I wanted to talk to you about where to go for value for money, and which sort of which sort of streets. And basically, there's a few to avoid. I mean, obviously, you do not go anywhere near Walking Street. Not a chance. Do not go anywhere near there. It's outrageous. Rip-off Japanese, Korean type prices. Don't even think about going to Walking Street. So forget that. Down the centre of Bukavu, there's a bunch of bars which are well overpriced, and I wouldn't even consider those. But if you go off Bukavu, the roads which run off it, like for example Soi Pothole, that is exceptionally good value for money. It really is. And if you go on the other way, looking for a company, for example, if you go down Soi Honey, opposite on the other side, that's incredibly good value as well. Now, still staying on Bukavu, or just off Bukavu, you've got Soi Boomerang. Now, on Soi Boomerang, you do have some which are overpriced just at the beginning, but you go into the Boomerang a bit more, and you come to something like Heaven Above, which is wonderful value for money. I mean, it's such a good place to go. That is highly recommended, that type of place. So, if you need to pick and choose about where you go, be very careful where you go. There's a lot of places that you want to stay away from. As I said before, the new golden rule is one drink and then check if they bar fine, because so many are not doing now because they're overpaid. But check, that's the rule. Check. I mentioned just before about Soi Pothole, or Soi Boom 25 if you want its correct name. At the far end, toward the far end, on the right, is Maggie Mae's. Now, that is old-fashioned prices. It's such good value in there. The Den next door, that's also a decent prices, and Ammon's Bar are decent prices. There's some good value on Soi Boom 25 or Soi Pothole. So don't miss that one out, okay? Just across Third Road, just a short way down Soi Bangkok, you've got sort of the bars all in a row, the gents clubs in a row, and probably I think one of the best ones there, value for money, is Club 4. Well, the other one, they're all good value for money. It's just that Club 4 is bigger and has a much bigger choice of company. So that's the reason I'm mentioning that one in particular. So that's another one. That's somewhere else you want to think about. I mean, we're just talking about the city centre here now. I mean, if you want to go up toward Pratamnak, you know, which is the area which juts out in between Pattaya and Jomtien, that where the Buddha Hill is, that there. There's two places in particular there. There's the Kinnery Gents Club, which is excellent value for money. Prices are all old-fashioned prices, and the company prices are quite reasonable as well. And also Cozy Beach Club further down at Cozy Beach. That is also very good value for money. So those places, if you're just going to take like a bolt taxi just out of the city, those places are worth going to, because they're only a short run, very short run, and they're great value for money. Just stay away from the ones that have some of them have whole bunches of really good looking staff, but there's no end result. They just don't qualify because they're well overpaid. That's what's happening. You've got to I'm going to tell you again, check after one drink. Okay, do not go buying 3 and 4 and 5 lady drinks and then ask. Don't do that. Check after one drink. Okay, don't know how many times I'm going to have to tell you that, but I want to drum it into you. Okay. Now, somewhere else which is still very, very, very good value, and that is the Six. Soi 6. Absolutely excellent value for money. The price had gone up a little bit, but not too much. Maybe 200 or 300 baht. Not too much. It isn't really much to worry about. But that is excellent value for money. And there are still a lot of people there. You know, a lot of girls. Still a lot of them, and a lot of them are quite young. So I think the younger guys amongst you who are listening will prefer Soi 6 to anywhere else because of the fact that they're younger. I mean, obviously, if you're very young and you want to go out partying and stuff at night, then you go to Republic and you go to Mist and you go to Insomnia and all the rest of it, Lucifer's, and you'll find freelancers there. So that's obviously the route to go if you're a young guy, you know, under 40. Really, because a lot of these girls don't want to go with guys over 40. That's also something which is happening now more and didn't used to happen. I was chatting to a girl in a bar the other day about that, and she basically said, I don't entertain anyone over 40. She was 26, but she wouldn't touch anyone who looks over 40. If they look under 40, she'll go. If they look over 40, she doesn't want to know. And that's happening more and more. That's with the girls in their 20s. So if you're over 40, you're going to have to really probably go go for a girl who's over 30, which is, you know, more acceptable. Anyway, that's another little change which has occurred recently. I mean, there's been obviously a lot of chatting on YouTube about Tree Town. Tree Town is okay, but they are tending to sort of ask a little bit on the high price side. Really, that's what I think anyway. Not too much, but a little bit. A little bit too expensive, in my opinion. They need to start cutting the prices back a bit. They will probably have to, because they just aren't the customers. We'll wait and see what happens with Tree Town. And something else which surprised me when I was checking prices, I was checking the prices in the Go-Go's in Walking Street, and then I went to the Go-Go's in LK Metro, which used to be cheaper, and they're now not cheaper. They're now the same rip-off prices that they are in Walking Street. You know, another place you don't go, unless of course you're like a friend of mine Kev, who just goes to buy the draft beer and drinks the draft beer and never buys a single lady drink and just sits there and enjoys himself for an hour. Right, we're back on Beach Road, and we're going to meet, as I mentioned before, one of the channel's contributors, and this guy is an expert in value for money. I'm sure he'll be the first to agree to that. So we're going to have a chat to this quick chat to Claudio.
Hi.
You remember from the condo videos?
How are you? Hi.
Who is this?
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you filming?
Are you, yes. Are you going to go?
Special day today. We're celebrating 3 years.
3 years.
3 years anniversary.
Really? You've been married 3 years?
Not married. You crazy? Are you crazy? Very important. When you go on a first date, you have to ask 2 questions.
Okay.
You prefer coffee or tea?
In the morning.
Do you prefer sugar or no sugar?
No sugar.
You see, that's a no sugar lady. How are you?
Got you. Great. 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 Everything's good. Okay. Oh, what's this? Let's have a look. Wow.
Don't show it. Are you
Not sugar, gold. So that's a little present for his 3-year anniversary. Clary and I are putting together a little video about how to find a non-bar girlfriend. Anyway guys, if you like the video, please subscribe and like and share and ring the bell and have a look at Patreon. And don't forget to share. Please do that.